Time to wrap up January the 7th, 2015. Can't believe Thursday is tomorrow. Wow. Does time fly? We had ourselves another pretty good trading day. Our ideas were pretty close to what the markets actually did today, especially in our major markets. Or you let the software do its work. We came in the E-mini this morning wanting to buy 5s to 7s. Our bias was to the upside. We thought that the overnight session lows would hold. Pretty confident that we would get stops above this. We basically had resistance at 15 to 20, and we weren't too far off on that. So first move up took us up to 18. Software gave us some good trades on the way down. Software gave us some great trades on the way up. Another super trade right here, good trades to the upside. So if you let the software do the work for you, trading is not such a formidable proposition. So we had a pretty good day on the E-mini. Things considered. Friday's non-farm payroll numbers will probably hold the market in check tomorrow. If it comes out at 245, which is the current prog, it will be a positive for the market. I think you can see that the big players have been long, or will be long into that number. Okay, today's FOMC hit right here, and the Fed sees no interest rate rise before April. That's pretty much where they were last month. They are worried about the deteriorating economic conditions around the globe, but they think the U.S. economy is strong enough to weather that. They think the decrease in energy prices will keep inflation at bay. They don't see any wage pressure, so we're in line to raise interest rates in the second or third quarter of this year, if you believe the Fed. So that hasn't changed. There really weren't much in the way of change in that particular report. So usually before the non-farm payroll or the FOMC meetings, the market is on hold. So we almost have an inside day here. So we do have a higher low and a higher high. We can buy weakness. We can sell strength. I think, again, the easiest trade for us to see is failure to get to this 20-24 area. So selling failure to take out 20 to 24, I think is a pretty good trade. On the buy side, 5 to 7 held. So it would be logical to think that maybe they'll go get stops below 5. So maybe this 2,000, this 95 to 2,000. So I got 20 to 25 resistance, 95 to 2,000 as support starting out. And we'll see if that plays out tomorrow. The bias is still to the upside. The dynamic is short cover and or news into Friday's non-farm payroll numbers. Okay, looking at today's profile, it's definitely a P. Volume is well above time. That supports a retest of this 22-24 area. So selling failure to take out our 20-24 area, I think is, again, it's the easiest trade to see this morning. It's the easiest trade to see right now. On the buy side, we have the bottom of value at 10. The last rotate down was 13.5, so 10 to 12 will be buy one for the overnight session, assuming we don't spike this afternoon to the upside, and we'll leave it at 5 to 7 for the overnight session, and we'll readjust in the morning. I think we got a chance to buy it cheaper if the 20-24 area is rejected overnight, but we don't know that right now. Terrible story is unfolding in France right now. The press has been openly attacked. It'll be interesting to see if the press, out of self-defense, starts characterizing these terrorist attacks as they really are, and that we're up against a determined foe, and it really is an ideology. It's not an isolated group of terrorists, and the militant extremists inside Islam, because they kill other people, keep the moderate Muslims' mouths shut. And if you dare raise your hand and speak out against militant Islamists, they kill you. It's pretty cut and dry. And if the governments aren't willing to stand up and take these people on, it's hard to imagine an individual standing up and taking them on. It's, you know, you have to wonder around the globe, all these people brave enough to speak out, why some of them are still alive. Okay, on the note, it's inside day that suggests trading range. If the E-mini holds a trading range, we'll probably have sellers like we had today in the 24, 28 area. Probably buyers against the buck, 28, even 28.04, but this screen says trading range. Looking at the F2 screen, you can see we're dealing with a pretty big P. Put all these together, you can see that volume was actually a tick above where it was yesterday. So volume is holding, it's still a P, it's easy to trade out. So selling failure to take out 16 to 20, which is where resistance is what we've got now. Now, if the E-mini is selling into the day session close or Globex, we don't want to be short the note. We're not fools. We're foolish. Then the second sell would be failure to take out the 24 to 28. On the buy side, we got 4 to 8 is pretty good support, so we'll make the first buy 5 to 9. Fairly aggressive on that. We'd like to get it done closer to the buck, and then 29 to 01. If the E-mini rallies, we'll try to get in at our number 2 area. One of the reports out is that this attack came from Al-Qaeda out of Yemen. Yemen has been the seat, an early seat for Al-Qaeda when they lost it in Afghanistan, where they kind of regrouped. There have been a lot of terrorist leaders killed in Yemen. So it's got plausibility. We don't know if that's true, and usually the story will change over time as more details or facts come in. But these guys were not your average, normal, run-of-the-mill suicide bomber. The rest of it, they were trained. They knew what they were doing. They were masters of their weapons. It was done. It was timed. They hit their objective, and they got who they wanted. So we're not dealing with people that don't know what they're doing. You know, sending some dumb little kid with bombs strapped to his body is one thing, but fighting trained cadres is a different matter. It takes professionals to do that. Okay, looking at the 30-year, selling failure to take out 8 to 12. That's where our sell 1 is. With the same caveats, sell 2 will be 16 to 20. We have on the note, if the E-mini is selling pretty hard, we do not want to be short the financials. On the buy side, 21 to 25. I'd like to get it done closer to 21. And then 13 to 9, we'll open it up. We haven't had any trouble getting to our number 2 points, so keep that in mind as you observe and trade the markets. On to gold. I think gold's probably on hold until Friday. We're holding it in pretty well at 12.10. So we'll be trying to buy the 10 area, plus or minus. Like to get it done closer to 5 to 7. That would be the preferred buy area. And it's okay to sell failure to take out this 17 to 20 area. Sell 1. 23 to 25. Friday's non-farm payroll number. My guess is we'll hold this market in check. With the uncertainty that's surrounding the globes now on who's doing what to whom and why are they doing it. Like I said, the terrorist activity that's taking place in the Ukraine now has the stamp of Russia all over it. And I mean, Russia is cold-hearted, ruthless. They kill to get what they want. I mean, they shoot down airliners. They've done it, you know, ever since the 70s and before that. So they don't mess around. And nobody will do anything to them because they have nukes. Which is why Iran wants nukes. And everybody else in the world. Okay, crude oil. Didn't break today. There's a buyer below 48 and there was a seller above 49. That's kind of where we are right now. So 49, 49 and a quarter, sell one. 48.75, 47.75, 48, buy one. And 47, 47 and a quarter, buy two. And then 49.50 to 75, sell two. Got to be cautious on the buy side than the sell side because the long-term direction of the market is lower. And 50 is a round number. That sell against 50 would be a pretty comfortable trade. And last but not least, the euro. This is where we are in the euro. And we've got this gap up here. At some point, will be refilled. So a sell against 120, I think, is a great trade. This 118, 119 area was identified as potential support. 1750 is the next kind of round number that we have down below. And then beneath that will be 115. And we're headed that way, and there really isn't anything fundamentally that I see that would stop that. It's just kind of where we are. And so we have pretty strong selling. We don't spend a lot of time in any one area. Just look at this. We're at 6 or 7 days ago, and we've been down almost to 18. 4 handles, $4,000 position. Big, big, big trade. And that's why you can't not account for risk when you trade these. And if, as all beginners know, you get in there and you take a small loss to a huge loss, and when you go deer in the headlight, changes to catastrophic losses, and that's what we don't want. We don't want to put ourselves in that position. It's the art of learning how to take small losses. Okay, we had a 50 to 60 sell this morning, then a 70 to 80. So that makes 60 to 70, sell one. I'm going to pick up this area over here, like make 90 to 1900, sell two. And on the buy side, we got all the way down to our 10 to 20. I'm going to leave it at 10 to 20. I don't have a strong reason to be a buyer here. And then 1800 plus or minus. So that's it for January the 7th. We had another great trading day. 3 in a row. We're going to try to take that into tomorrow. Y'all have a great evening. There's cold air headed east for sure. Like I said, I think we've made it up to 12 or 13 so far today. So be prepared. Y'all have a great evening. See you bright and early in the morning. I'm out of here.